Or sometimes I hold one microphone in one hand, a second microphone on the camera, and I'm doing this kind of stuff. So when I turn the camera, I can still stay on the main speaker. And this two-handed ballet, it starts to get to be a real pain in the ass. So then I graduated to gaffer taping a lavalier microphone on the top of the shotgun. So I've got an omnidirectional for capturing the sound of people speaking near the camera, and the shotgun for whoever's in front of the camera. And that technique is used a lot by documentary filmmakers, and it works because you get a cheap lavalier, tape it to the top of your shotgun, because you might as well use that second audio input. The camera's recording two inputs, you might as well use both of them. So the two microphone technique works, the little lavalier on top of the shotgun works, but the easiest way to do it is to basically get one microphone that's got both built into each other. So I recently decided that I wanted to stop assembling a microphone every time I went on a documentary shoot. And I picked up something called an MS stereo microphone. And this is something that's very popular among European broadcasters. It hasn't quite caught on in the United States quite as much. But it's called an MS stereo microphone. And what MS stereo is you have what's called a line cardioid or a directional cardioid microphone pointing, towards the front. So it's like a regular shotgun microphone, and that's called the middle channel, the mid channel. That's where the MS stereo gets its name. You're recording middle and you're recording side. So this microphone actually has two capsules. It's got a mid capsule getting the sound to the front of the microphone, and then it's got a figure 8 or bidirectional microphone that's got a pickup pattern that's sort of like this. So you're recording the left and right, but the null point of that microphone is to the front. So now you're recording side, the side channel, and you're recording middle, the middle channel. And there's several ways you can do that. Now the standard way to use this microphone is to use it as a stereo microphone. And that's what gives you what's called MS stereo. And there's a decoder that you can get, a free decoder for Audacity called SoundHack Matrix that's free, and that will decode your MS track into stereo tracks. And there's also the new Soundtrack Pro in Studio 2 comes with an MS decoder as well. And if you've got something like Logic or Digital Performer, all of the audio editing tools like Pro Tools, Logic, Digital Performer, they all support the MS stereo decoding. So now you can be recording with your shotgun in stereo. But you can either use it as a stereo mic, or you can use it as a mono shotgun, and then if somebody's speaking to the left of the camera, you can pull the side channel in post and use that for their dialogue, and then so you can use the middle and side channels as two separate mono microphones in your final little sound mix, or you can even use it to record stereo. Now the tricky part about using it as a stereo microphone, if you're moving the camera, you're moving a 3D field, and that may or may not sound good. But it's a really versatile way, sort of in a documentary situation, to have the best of both worlds. I want to record the person to my left or right. I also want to record the person I'm pointing to. I want to get both of them, and I don't want to do the two-handed microphone technique. So the MS stereo microphone is kind of simplified for me the sort of cinema verite shooting that I like to do, and for recording sound effects and ambient sound, having a stereo microphone is also really handy. And I don't like to carry a lot of extra stuff, so one microphone can serve all three purposes. You can use it as an ordinary shotgun, you can use it as a shotgun and a figure 8, or you could use it as a stereo microphone. And there's several MS stereo microphones on the market. And I will be putting a sound demo so you can hear what these different things sound like on my blog, probably within the next couple of weeks. But what I encourage you to do is subscribe to get email notifications whenever I do a blog post. So if you go to my blog, which is kinoeye.com, KINO-EYE.com, there's a little subscribe thingy, through FeedBurner, and then you'll get a notification. I don't post that often, so you won't get a huge amount of email. I do a post maybe once or twice a week at most. But I will be posting some of the sound demos, and I'll be posting a little article about MS Stereo, within the next month. It's, whenever I get around to it. But for me, this is something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I've sometimes rented MS stereo microphones, I've borrowed MS stereo microphones, so I finally decided it was time to just buy the damn thing.
How much does that cost?
This particular model, and it's not an endorsement or a recommendation, this particular model is the Audio-Technica EP4029, formerly known as the AT835, but Audio-Technica has been changing their model numbers because this is the new generation of mics that don't have any poisonous chemicals according to the European Union's guidelines for, so they've had to redesign a lot of the microphones so they don't have mercury, they don't have lead, they don't have all the nasty chemicals and whatever. You'll also see it referred to as the AT835, the older model, or the new model is the BP4029, and from your local sound retailer or C&H, you can pick it up for a pricey $700. But the next microphone up in the scale, which is the Sennheiser 418 ST, is well over $1,000. So, it's a pricey thing, but it really pays off for me because I do a lot of shooting, and it just pays off to have the two channels. And when you hear the demos, I shot a demo with a broadcast journalist over at the Harvard Business School cafeteria, dining room, which is really reverberant or whatever, and it's dramatic. The difference between having that side channel and not having that side channel. That's it.